the Brown boys, the Brown boys, the Brown boys, we the Brown boys, the Brown boys, we the Brown boys. But let me play this real quick first. An executive order was signed. Salute to Donald Trump for that, trying to help out the veterans. I know he say stupid shit. I know he depicted himself as Jesus, which was blasphemy. I don't like it. But I tell you what, I'd rather take this right here, a man who trying to leave something positive in the world, and a man who ain't trying to take all your money out your pocket, like these blue states doing to everybody now. You billionaires that left California, they gonna get y'all, boy. Don't try to run now. They say they gonna retroactive that money, boy. Woo, woo. And New York is gonna do it. New York, boy, that's crazy. Nah, I don't wish that on nobody. I don't wish that on nobody. For a state to calculate your assets, your paintings, your furniture, your cars, get a value of it, and then hand you a tax bill to leave. Oh man, that ain't American. That is not the American way. We got a right to be anywhere we want to be. That is not the American way. So I'd rather have this than that. People that just want to give your money to illegals. No. I'd rather have a guy who's saying no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, acknowledging that there's a such thing called a man and there's a such thing called a woman. And yes, there's every other thing else, but they act like it's a crime to say man and woman. It's not. It shouldn't be a crime. But you can. I believe that you can be whatever the hell you want to be. That's the type of person I am. I don't give a dang. I don't give a dang. Do what you want to do. But I want y'all to look at this, man.
Happened. I sent President Trump some information. We have a gigantic opiate problem in this country, obviously. In 2024, more than 80,000 people died of overdoses. It's a horrible number. And there's more than 5 million people that are addicted to opiates right now in this country. With one dose of Ibogaine, more than 80% of people are free of that addiction. With 2 doses, it's more than 90%. I sent him that information. The text message came back, sounds great. Do you want FDA approval? Let's do it. And it was literally that quick. These drugs are illegal not because they're harmful. They're illegal because of the 1970 Controlled Substances Act that was passed by the Richard Nixon administration. They did it to target the civil rights movement and the anti-war movement. It's not because these drugs harm people. And for 56 years, we've lived under those terrible conditions. We're free of that now. We're free of that now. Thanks to all these people that we see next to me, and thanks to President Trump.
So you telling me this old racist white man disproportionately he got rid of a law that disproportionately affected black folks? This old racist, God dog, Trump, you the worst racist I ever seen. You know what? F Donald Trump. Getting rid of laws that affected the civil rights movement, he said. Man, F Donald Trump, man. You don't supposed to do stuff like that. Allowing people to try different medicines with their body, your body, your choice. You can unalive a baby under my body, my choice, but you will lock me up if I put a substance in my body that you think I shouldn't have. How does that make any sense? Somebody can say, they body, they choice, I'm getting that abortion. I'm going to get that abortion. But somebody can't put something in their body. I wouldn't give a Jimmy the Crick what you want to do to yourself. God gave you free will. I give you free will too. If that's what you want to do, as long as you ain't breaking the law doing it, cool. You want to lean over like the Tower of Pisa all day? Have at it. Shit. I'm not finna waste no man hours chasing you around for something you want to do. Man, please. I don't play God. People smoke marijuana, people drink, people do whatever. Do you? I wouldn't waste no time worried about what you want to do to you. Shit. You popping a pill don't do nothing to me. I'm not encouraging nobody to do it, but I'm just saying God gave free will. If that's what you choose to do, that's on you. But if other people want to be able to break that addiction, once you get tired of something and you're addicted to it and you're struggling and you can't do nothing about it, now they have alternative ways to maybe help with trying to break that addiction.
It's a little bit more liberal than that's okay. I have a lot of friends that are liberal, but Joe is an amazing guy. He wrote me a little note about this, and I had it checked out. I didn't just do it. I had it checked out. I went to Bobby and Oz. I went to some of the people that work for you, real pros, and everybody came back with the same answer. You know, normally they'll come back because this happens a lot. I have a couple of them like that. Where they're not sure. It's like, you know, it goes two ways. This thing, everybody thought it was incredible. And I told Bobby, I said, Bobby, let's just do it and get Oz involved, and it's going to get done so quickly. And you guys did a great job. Would you like to say something else?
Mr. President, I want to thank Matt Zord, who's hiding in the back there, who actually on Sunday wrote a draft for this. You already thanked Heidi and Kelly, but you know, Susie Wiles makes everything run here. This was an unimaginable we go from connections to communication to Joe Rogan through the honey badger of them all, Bobby Kennedy, who said, we're not going to stop. We can start calling everyone on next step. Spears been involved, and Chris Colump, who's been doing a fantastic job, helping everything in great efficiency, made something. I just want to emphasize this. This is an entire paradigm shift away from a one-day a pill model, which has failed so many. And the many who are drug resistant that Joe just spoke to, this offers them a way of getting out of that rut. The question now is, can we study?
Do anyone of y'all know about these type of drugs? Cause they talking like this, boy, they done cured something, boy. Does anybody know in the chat about these type of drugs? Cause when I think of psychedelic, I just think of somebody tripping out. You know, what you see on TV, what you see in the hood every now and again. Somebody tripping out and losing their mind halfway. So if any one of y'all know, throw it in the chat. Let me know.
Why it works, to understand it better, to use it better. That's what Jay Bhattacharya is going to do. NIH with major funding support, perhaps some ARPA as well. Marty spoke eloquently about the FDA's accelerated pathway for this. And then we're going to, when we learn more, figure out better ways of getting access to these products through our healthcare system. This is an extraordinarily exciting day. It would never happen if the president just would not take no for an answer. He called on the way, Joe, to the fight on Saturday. And I think he was as determined to get this done as the men in those rings and women in those rings that night. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I want to thank Professor Nolan Williams. When I was a professor at Stanford, I got to know him, and he taught me about ibogaine and all the promise that it has for treatment-resistant depression and so many other conditions. Frankly, for me, I learned a lot. He unfortunately passed away last year. I want to thank this amazing team that just moved heaven and earth to get things done. I do want to emphasize this is something that we're still studying, and we have to keep studying. We have to figure out the right way to like make sure we administer it, that it's safe, that we don't just take it for granted. We already know everything, because we don't. And for the NIH and for ARPA-H, we are absolutely committed to making sure that we keep studying it, keep getting the best gold standard science on it. You see here, Norvolka, who's my National Institute of Drug Abuse director. She's been an absolute hero in just developing scientific, so they're committed for American science to focus on this. And in many ways, it's that scientific advance that brought us to this moment. So thank you, President Trump.
But if it's good, we want to get it fully approved fast, right?
I mean, for things that have great evidence, and that's what
these studies, they go on for a long time. If it's good, I mean, I have a witness right here. These two incredible brothers. That to me is a study, right?
I mean, it's just as Commissioner McCary said. There's stuff that we know and we can tell it works. We still got to figure out somehow how it works or why it works. That we got to keep doing even as we move forward fast.
But it does work.
Some of those, I mean, absolutely, some of those.
The ultimate research, people that have taken it, because I've spoken to people that have taken it. Aside from Petrel, both of them, I've spoken to 5 people that had big problems.
Said it 3 times.
Yeah, please.
It fixed my demonic relationship.
This is Rob O'Neill, who's a friend of mine and a great guy. Go ahead.
It fixed my demonic relationship with alcohol. It saved my life, and then it saved my wife. So every day is a blessing. It took about 3 years of, I did 3 times. It's a different adventure every time. That's not fun.
So without it, you would have had problems.
I did it with, there was a Green Beret 28-year sergeant major that told me when we finished, make sure you tell Amber Capone, the CEO of Veterans Support and Treatment Solutions, that she saved my life because I was going to kill myself next week. This was my last chance. I had a 28-year veteran tell me that. This works.
Okay, good.
Mr. President,
Yes.
please ask Marcus to speak about his experience.
Thank you, Secretary. Yeah, Mr. President, what Robin Neal's talking about, my wife Amber Capone is the CEO of our charity events, Veterans Support and Treatment Solutions. We had prayed for this day to come 10 years ago when we started the charity. We've been sending veterans outside the country, Joe, that you've been talking about for years, several thousand now. And we said the mission will end once this day happens. So we believe this is a huge step in maybe that the mission goes away and now we have affordable access right here in the U.S.
Why did they get it done?
We're getting it done right. You're getting it done.
Yeah, why, yeah, other presidents looking at it, right? Why didn't they get it
I
done?
think we needed you.
I guess that's my job. I can answer that question, sir.
Go ahead, please.
There's a small group of us in the House that have been.
And I can't wait to see what happens and if Trump is ever going to be able to have a presidency maybe a year, 6 months, maybe 2 months without some drama or some turmoil going on. No riots in the streets, and just let them focus on the economy. And after this conflict is over, I think things are going to settle in if they don't try something else, if they don't pull that little, riot game again. Excuse me. Which I think that's what they'll go to. But I just want to see what he's able to do, just focused on the economy and infrastructure and building that back up and bringing jobs back to America, because obviously $20 an hour didn't work, because every job, Florida took on $20 billion in wealthy people and their businesses moving to Florida. So clearly the people have spoken. Whether they say it out loud or not, they reject those Democratic policies. Now, whatever is making them vote or whatever is making them still stay silent, the numbers speak for itself. They cannot live up under Democratic policy. The numbers say so. Texas took on $5 billion. There's now people in Florida saying, don't come to Florida. They don't even want you to come down there no more. They done came down to Florida so fast that they are draining the resources in Florida. That's how fast people are escaping these Democratic policies while they're singing on TV talking about Trump is not a king. Regardless of whether you think Trump is a king or not, you need to start focusing on policies that you can live with. Because clearly they can't live with those policies.